Hey guys, so today was okay, I guess. Mom and I went to church this morning with my ex-aunt-in-law, Sue, which I still call her my aunt because whatever. But, yeah, we went to church this morning with Sue, and it was a good service, you know. I'm not majorly into the church thing, but you know, whatever. My mom wanted to go, so, and I didn't exactly want to be at the house alone, you know. But, apparently we had run into this realtor that my dad had talked to a couple of months ago, and my dad was really pissed off at this guy, hated him, you know, but he might be able to help us with, we were really lucky to run into him because we own 2 homes right now, and one of them is being threatened. The bank is threatening to foreclose on the one here in Florida. And yeah, I don't think they've started the process yet because they sent the letter only 2 weeks ago, so I don't know. But hopefully, Mom's gonna call him tomorrow, and she's gonna meet with him and see what we can work out with that, because we can't exactly afford the mortgage payments, and we owe more on the house than it's currently worth. I'm not gonna put out details and figures and stuff, so, but that happened, which you could call it a blessing, you can call it whatever you want, you can call it luck, but it was by pure chance that he happened to be there, and the same realtor that pissed off my dad so much. So that happened, which was a good thing. And then we went out to lunch with Aunt Sue, and I want a free muffin. Woo! Free muffin. And then we went over to my grandmother / Aunt Betty / Cousin Kai's house, and one of Kai's friends happened to come over, and he happens to be a computer nerd and a website designer, fixing computers, that kind of stuff, which was also a blessing / luck, whatever you want to call it, because one of the websites, well, 2 of the major websites that my dad did, he might be able to help us, or I'm pretty sure he'll be able to help us with that, and transferring the information to the proper people and such. Because, I mean, yeah, I've taken a couple of web design classes, but that's when I was like a sophomore in high school, and my dad helped me a lot with with those classes. So, and I mostly know like old school stuff, and I don't know, I just don't have the slightest clue on what to do. So hopefully we can get him to come over this week and help us transfer the all the information to the proper people and stuff. So that was a real good thing that happened too. So yeah, but at the moment I'm just kind of, I don't know. One thing that keeps, other than our financial situation, which I only have like $700. And and another awesome thing happened. I don't know if you've ever heard of U-Promise. I don't know if I mentioned this yesterday or not, but I don't know if you've ever heard of U-Promise, but it's this thing that Publix does or something, and it's like a college fund thing, and like certain brands have like the U-Promise logo, and every time you get one of these brands that has the U-Promise logo on it, like cereals, cookie, like snack stuff, whatever, just grocery type stuff. Every time you bought one of these, like some change or something would go into this fund or whatever, and the money that was in this fund would increase over time. Well, my dad had set this up like when I was like 12 or something, and we never really took the time to understand how it worked, and after a certain point of not being able to really find anything on the Publix website about it, we just thought it was like all hocus pocus, kind of a scam kind of thing. So we never really actively did anything with it. I mean, on occasion, if I remembered and I had my little card thing with me, I would scan it, you know. And after a while, of course, I completely forgot about it. But we happened to come across a bunch of U-Promise envelopes that had been unopened, and come to find out, I have $250 in this U-Promise account. Awesome. But I need to figure out how to get that $250 so I can pay for my books. So I'm talking to financial aid people at my school about it. Or I emailed them today. It's Sunday, so I probably won't hear anything till tomorrow afternoon, but that's kind of a blessing, because if I can get it out by the end of the first week of school, I can use that and it'll pay for a majority of my books. So, and with the 2 books I need, I think it's about $325. So it'll cover a good portion of my books, so fingers crossed. But yeah, I only have, as of right now, I only have about $700, give or take. And I need to kind of make that last. So, yeah, here's $500. Gonna deposit that tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know. Today I applied for Subway and McDonald's. I was talking to this one woman about being a photographer for her daughter's wedding, and since she just wanted basic pictures, no editing or anything, I offered her $500, and if she wanted any kind of basic editing or whatever, like getting zits off somebody's face or fixing the color a little bit, I asked $1,000, and she said that was too high, which to me is bullshit. And I mean, I didn't tell her that it was bullshit, but I emailed her back and said, that's fine. I'm not going to lower my price. If I see anybody for anything lower that's a wedding photographer, I will let you know. And then later I received another email from her saying she found a professional photographer that would charge her $25 an hour. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't say I'm the most amazing photographer ever, but I can take excuse me. I think I can take some pretty damn good pictures if I just take the time to take a good picture and edit the photos to where they look half decent, you know, or not half decent, you know, pretty good, you know. But if she wants to pay some professional photographer and not have the best photos that she can get, then that's her business, you know. But it just kind of sucks because I kind of need that $500 to $1,000. But yeah, and then there was another guy that had emailed me about taking some nude glamour shots for his girlfriend, and I'm like, no dude. So that was a possible couple $100, but I wasn't about to do that, you know, so that's not gonna happen. So yeah, anyway, I'm just really tired, but I have not really been able to sleep all that much, you know, just 'cause I can't get the mental image of him, you know, just lying there, you know. I just can't get it out of my head. And I can't get out of my head of my mom freaking out and crying on the phone, and she wakes me up and she's like, and saying, Emily, Dad's not breathing, you know, and she's just freaking out. I can't get that out of my head, you know. It's just mainly the Dad's not breathing, the way she was freaking out and everything. I can't get that out of my head more than anything, you know. I don't think I processed what was going on for the first half an hour after she woke me up, because I literally just, I don't remember what I saw at all. I mean, like I said yesterday, the mental images I mostly got are from our friend that has been working for us for a couple of years, and my mom's mental images that I'm seeing through her mind's eye, you know. I just don't remember what I saw, because I just jumped up and ran in there and did CPR, you know, which, I mean, I know, I know I wasn't doing it right, but he was already gone by the time Mom woke me up, you know, so, you know, it didn't really matter, I guess. But you would think that I would remember what I saw because I was over him doing CPR, but I didn't see anything until, like, I didn't process anything until the paramedics. I don't know. I didn't start processing anything until the paramedics got there. 'Cause literally, like, after I woke up, the only things I remember thinking are, I need to put on a shirt, no CPR, I need to put the blanket around me. And I remember like when I started, I remember hearing his two of his ribs cracking, which I think I probably broke a couple of the ribs. And due to his lack of hygiene, which none of us could, you know, I'm not even going to go into that. Due to his lack of hygiene, just the overwhelming smell of the fact that he didn't brush his teeth. He hasn't brushed his teeth in God knows how long. And just, you know, I mean, those are really the only things I remember thinking within that first 15 minutes. And like when the paramedics walked in, I didn't even really care about the fact that I just had a blanket over me and they probably saw more than they wanted to, you know, and I didn't even think about the fact that the little monitor thing that they had hooked up to him really quick, and the fact that it was flatlined. I didn't think about that. And when they said, "He's gone, ma'am," to my mom, and she just started crying, I didn't think about that. I just walked out of the room, threw on a t-shirt and pajama pants really quick, washed my face, brushed my teeth, you know, went to the bathroom, took the dog outside, and the guy that works for us, our friend, walked up and said to me, like, "What's going on?" You know, at this point it's like half an hour later. And I'm like, "Dad's gone," you know, and he's like, "You're fucking joking, right?" And I'm like, "No," you know. I just can't get my mom's voice out of my head of when she said that Dad wasn't breathing, you know. I don't know. I mean, I couldn't say it was logical thinking. It was just more of instinctive, I guess, of just, I didn't know what else to do other than the CPR. I don't even think I really thought about it. I don't know. I also wanted to say that for anybody who's watching these in the future, I don't know. I just wanted to say that I'm not posting these videos for sympathy at all. If I post any kind of stuff like this, it's never for sympathy. It's more for others who may be going through something like this, you know. it's, like I said, just for maybe others who are going through the same thing, maybe, you know, and who happen to stumble across this, you know. So, I'm not doing it for sympathy at all. Another thing is, we're not even sure if they're going to be doing an autopsy. What do you call it? Funeral home doesn't have any knowledge of that kind of stuff, I guess. I don't know. They don't have access to that or something. And, for me, I don't think it really matters, like, what the cause of it was. I mean, we have our theories of what possibly happened, which I'm more than fine with. I mean, it would be nice to know the answer why, but in reality, it was probably several things. You know, so possibly a minor stroke, or congestive heart failure, or pneumonia possibly. He may have gone into septic shock, or cancer, or, and there's a bunch of more ors. Or it could have been a combination of any of that, you know. Who knows? I don't think it really matters. If they happen to do an autopsy, then fine. We would prefer they not. So, yeah, I mean, when Mom went over to the funeral home, she was asking them about if they were going to do it or not, and the funeral director said, I don't know. And my mom had told him if it was possible for him to pass it along, to say that we would rather not have an autopsy. So, I'm fine with that. It doesn't really matter to me whether or not we do have one or we don't have one. So, we are having Dad cremated, so we're going to sprinkle a little bit of over my grandmother, his mom's grave, and then a good portion of it of his body, or his ashes, we're gonna go to Indiana and spread a majority of his ashes out there. And possibly we might sprinkle some out west or in Scotland. We're not sure about some of it yet, but a majority of it's going to go to Indiana because he's part Native American, and that's one of the things he was really proud of, as well as being Scottish. And in the Native American tradition is to have your remains go back to where you were born. So, we're gonna bring him back to Indiana, where he was born. So, we were kind of toying around with the idea of maybe spreading his ashes near the Indianapolis 500 Speedway or something. So we were kind of toying with that idea. I don't know if that's actually going to happen, because Dad really loved racing, so he was like a huge NASCAR fan, obsessed with the Indy 500, and like the last 6 or 7 years without fail, we'd always put up the Indy 500 flag that he bought. So, excuse me. But yeah, we are hoping to have the service on, or we're going to have the service on August 27th. Not sure where we're gonna have it yet, or what time we're gonna have it yet. That's to be determined at the moment. I don't think I'm gonna live. I thought about doing a live stream if there was a net connection, but I don't think I'm gonna do that. But I'm definitely going to try and possibly record the service and post it on the YouTubes, and send it to some of his chess friends so they can watch it, because I know my dad did a lot of chess as well, and he had made a lot of friends through chess.com. So yeah, and I know they're gonna wanna see that and learn about him a little more. So yeah, anyway, this video is probably like 20 minutes again. So, heart you guys have been awesome, and I really appreciate all of your support and everything. So I love you guys are awesome. And yeah, we were looking through some pictures today, which was a lot of fun. I'll probably post a slideshow at some point. And yeah, anyway, I'll talk to you all later. Bye.